Taurus, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, it's your first time here, I'm your host, Tina, and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing your weekly tarot. This one is for February 15th to the 21st. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope this week goes great for you. Let's see what's happening for you, Taurus. Now I do pre-shuffle, but I like to shuffle here with you. It helps me tune into your energies. And now if you're new, I pulled two layers. The first one is going to give you a general idea of the energies happening for you this week. We take a look at the recent past, the current energy and situation you're navigating, as well as the near future, what is coming towards you, Taurus. And then we'll pull a second layer and go in and clarify. Let's stop here. Six of Wands is the situation for you. Wow, overall energy is the Lovers. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Knight of Cups. Recent past, we have the Two of Swords. Crossroads. Crossroads. Following your heart. Going in a new direction. I mean, basically, seeing a new direction for yourself, stepping out of your comfort zone here with the Lovers. But, you know, the Lovers represents a crossroads as well. It's the overall energy for you. Maybe you met somebody here, right? Some of you, honestly, you could have met somebody and it just felt like you were on one path and now you're just considering a whole new path. And even if you didn't meet somebody, but it speaks of a personal choice here. And it definitely indicates following your heart. You know, one that tests your personal beliefs for some of you. There's layers and levels to these cards. But ultimately, crossroads, and then the recent past is the Two of Wands. Stepping out of your comfort zone. You're on one path and now it's thinking about going into a new path. Making plans as well. Entertaining this idea here this week. Six of Swords is the current energy for the situation. That's the situation. You know, having the willpower to overcome something, the desire to overcome something. Truly wanting to be victorious with something that you may have been struggling with in the recent past. And this is you kind of like feeling pretty confident to overcome something. Definitely. It's a little fired up. There's like a fire in your pit. In the challenge position, we have the Star, though. The Star speaks of like renewed hope and renewed faith. And so it, you know, could speak about a wish come true, about, you know, our chakras being aligned. But it just feels like it might be a little difficult to have the hope and faith in a situation that you once did have. You know, the Star is full. It's a very giving energy. Like when you look at this character, they're so full that they're only pouring water out. They're not taking anything in, right? And so it's the opposite of like if you were dealing with somebody and you're like, I don't have any energy right now to give. The Star is like the complete opposite. It's feeling so full that you're ready to give and to share, whether it's compassion, whether it's wisdom. But it's really renewed hope and renewed faith, right? And it's a little bit of a challenge for you this week. Where your mind is at and what you're focused on, we got the Knight of Swords here. And I just feel like there's something that you want to say, something that you want to get off your chest here. There's a conversation that's on your mind here. You know, it's you know, the Knight of Swords is a bit headstrong, but it goes in with good intentions. You know, it could feel like something was unjust here and like you've got something to say about it, but there's an element of a conversation that's on your mind here. And it definitely has this feeling of like charging in to say it. And it's like because there's something you really want to get off your chest. Your approach right now is the Four of Cups. You're over it, Taurus. You're not liking what you see in front of you this week. Not at all. You know, the Four of Cups is really like, look at this guy. He's looking at these three cups in front of him. He's not excited. He doesn't like them. He's like, whatever to these cups. But they're perfectly good cups, right? And because this character is in that energy of like not seeing what's going well, maybe it's more of a focus of what's not going well, not going the way you want at least. It puts us in this place of like not being able energetically to accept even blessings that are trying to come through, right? And so with this card, I think it's always good to embrace an attitude of gratitude, right? So even if it's more so about like hopes and wishes and desires, you know, and achievements that are on your mind, things that are on your vision board, It's always good to come back to ourselves and be like, you know what, even as things are, I'm very happy. I'm grateful to have this. I'm grateful that I have this person, right? My health, it doesn't matter. The roof over my head, you know, that kind of stuff, the security that I have, anything in along those lines. Because when we do that, it opens us up to receive even more. In the environment, we got the Queen of Swords here. It can be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. But she's very kind of similar to the Knight of Swords. There's justice on the mind, meaning, why is justice on your mind? You feel like something went wrong here, something was not right here. So if you're not dealing with an air sign, there's an element of feeling like you need to make a decision here to restore balance because something's wrong. Something somebody said, something somebody did was not right, and this is kind of making head over heart decisions. She's a bit icy and cold, right, and in that approach. But that's the Queen of Swords. Coming towards you is Temperance. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Can be a Sagittarius. But honestly, for me, it just feels like Temperance is about a deeper understanding within the situation. It's about personal growth, right? That's why we have a deeper understanding. And with that deeper understanding, it affords you the ability to like take a middle path, to be very patient here, right? To avoid extremes. And maybe it's starting to blend different things that you may not have thought of blending before. Maybe it was like, you know, my way or the highway, but now it's like, you know what? Maybe we can make this work somewhere in the middle. I can meet you in the middle a little bit, right? Or, you know, Temperance is really about avoiding extremes. Like a good judge, I always say, will temper justice with a little bit of mercy. So nothing's too extreme, right? That's kind of Temperance. But you do that because you have wisdom, because you have experience, because you have personal growth, and that leads to like a deeper understanding of life, of the situation. All right, Taurus, let's go on and clarify. What's happening for you this week? Let's take it a little bit deeper. But these are the general energies nonetheless. So let's see. For Taurus, February 15th to the 21st. Let's see what's happening to my bulls. Okay, we'll take that as the situation. And we shall stop here. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. Man, wanting to walk away from a group, from something here. Yeah. Wow. Whew, 3 of Pentacles is at the bottom. 3 of Cups is here. So you just, yeah, there's something here you've been like, in a sense, struggling with, Taurus. Recent past, we have 2 of Pentacles and 2 of Wands. Where do you go? What do you choose? Can you step out of your comfort zone? Weighing your options here. There was a back and forth energy with you in the past, recent past. And it's still on the spread, so I don't want to say it's like, you know, out the door, not really. But 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands in the recent past, right? Juggling your options, juggling where do you go? What direction do you choose here? Especially with the Lovers being the overall energy. Crossroads, right? Crossroads. Following your heart. And clarifying the Lovers, we got the Hanged Man. 2 major arcana here. The Hanged Man is really like surrendering to an experience, right? The Hanged Man is, it's like you surrender to an experience, you take a pause almost, and you surrender to an experience because you've almost got no other choice at this point, right? You're dealing with something that's like something you've never dealt with before. And it's difficult. You couldn't force anything. And so you kind of have to surrender to the experience. You have to let go. And then when you do that, it changes you kind of profoundly, whatever that experience is. Like, in that state of surrender, you start seeing things from different perspectives, life from a different perspective, yourself, and it does really change you. And again, there was a sense of kind of like feeling a little stuck here, not knowing what to do, what action to take with the Hanged Man, you know, looking at the same situation from a new angle. Just like this Hanged Man, hanging upside down, looking at the situation from a totally different perspective. You're looking at this choice from different perspectives. this crossroads, this personal cross. You're at a personal cross. The situation is the Six of Wands and the Eight of Cups. I don't know if you're overcoming, walking away, or you choose to walk away and that's your sense of victory. With the Eight of Cups, though, you know, even if you walk away from a situation, this isn't burning a bridge. That's not what the Eight of Cups is. It's like a situation that you can come back to. But in the time being, it's walking away, not burning a bridge. And I don't know if you're wanting to overcome that feeling of walking away. I feel like you've been resisting. I feel like you've been fighting. And you're trying to enter this place of more acceptance, of more flow this week. But you want to overcome this. Whatever the situation is that hasn't been making you feel happy, has been making you feel like something's missing here. You've invested a lot into, and that energy, you want to overcome it. So if you decide to walk away, like I said, it doesn't feel like it's burning a bridge. It's more so having to walk away now because things are out of alignment, or things are not, something's missing. Because even in the challenge position, we have the Star clarifying that we got the Three of Cups. You guys are not on the same, you guys are not sharing the same emotions right now, it feels like, right? And that's blocking this like hope and faith in the situation, right? Because the Three of Cups is, yeah, it's a card of celebration. Yeah, it's a card of reunion. But it's like, what do you celebrate, right? When people get together to celebrate, they got a common emotion in mind, right? There's something in common that they're sharing. And that's why they're on the same emotional wavelength. And that's in the challenge position. So I just feel like you guys are just not on that same wavelength right now, right? You're just not. And that's it's hard for you, right? It's like you might feel one way and they feel another way. And that puts you at this crossroads. You don't feel supported. You don't feel like this is your tribe right now. You know, it's kind of like that energy. Having hope and faith in the situation is a little bit of a challenge. Where your mind is at, we got the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands. God, these are just like, you know, these are people cards, right? These personality archetypes. It's fire and it's air. There's no emotion right now. It's just being like ready to take action, just like the King of Wands. And again, I just feel like fired up to say stuff. And I don't think you even care what people think with that King of Wands energy. He takes the lead. You know, it's easy to get people to support the King of Wands. Very charismatic, very flexible, very adaptable as well. But that's not exactly what I'm feeling in this. But it just feels like you're ready to take action and you're ready to say something. You're ready to have a conversation here. Or it's on your mind, like there's something here that's on your mind that you just want to say. And maybe you're holding back still, but it's on your mind, whatever it is that you want to say. Your approach, clarifying that Four of Cups, is the Moon. The Moon is here to teach us. Just kind of like what I was saying with that Four of Cups, that like, you know, having an attitude of gratitude, that these cups are good, even though you're not excited by them. They are good cups. That's what this energy indicates, right? And the Moon teaches us that things are not as bad as they appear. They're not as bad as they seem. I might even title that for your video. They're really not as bad as they seem. I know if you watch this reading this week, you could be like, whatever, you don't know me, you don't know the situation. But once we get out of the Moon energy, you'll look back and you'll be like, you know what? It kind of wasn't as bad as I thought. But the Moon, it brings up fear of the unknown, right? And in that darkness, the Moon doesn't light up our path. So in that darkness, you do kind of see things, and it brings up the fears, it brings up the worries, the insecurities, the anxieties, right? That's what the Moon does to us. But after we leave the Moon, it's there to teach us that not everything is as it appears, and things are not as bad as they seem. Like, look at the Moon. Look at that. Is it a full moon? Is it a crescent moon? Is it a half moon? What is this moon, right? It's like you don't know. You can't trust this energy. You have to go through it. But try to take it like and remind yourself that like, I don't see everything. Things will become clearer and they're not as bad as they appear. Just believe it. In your environment, we got a Queen of Swords, clarifying that we got a Knight of Wands. I mean, these are people cards, right? Fire sign, air sign. You can have a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries in your environment. But if this is about you and we're not dealing with people, about making a decision, This kind of decision right now, especially paired with the Knight of Wands, feels more impulsive, like fired up. Just like with where your mind is at with that Knight of Swords. Like, look at this character. Charging in, totally fired up. Knight of Wands is like a very impulsive energy. It takes action without like thinking things through, right? That's the kind of Knight of Wands. And so with the Queen of Swords, she holds that sword. The sword wields power, right? It's a decisive energy. Do I cut something out? Do I slay something down? And with the Knight of Wands, I always just say, remind yourself to take a step back whenever you want to make a decision or take a decision. Take a step back and think about, like, what will I say and do? What will this really lead to? You know, what are the repercussions of this? Because it's a very active energy. Very active energy here. Could just be people that you're dealing with, but if you're taking a decision, it just feels like take time to think it through, you know. That's the only thing I could say. Coming towards you, we got Temperance and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. I think you're going to have a deeper understanding about going solo, about you, whether it's being independent in a relationship here with that Nine of Pentacles. This is the Beyonce single ladies card, but it's a card about self-sufficiency as well. This is definitely not a business reading. It does not feel like that this week. So it just feels more about you being independent of some relationship or group dynamic here. And with Temperance pairing it, I just think you're going to get a deeper understanding when it comes to that energy. Like I said, it doesn't even feel like a bridge is being burnt here, but it does feel like a separation may happen, honestly. But I just think, again, it's going to be you having a deeper understanding, and that's going to put you in this position of avoiding extreme emotions, impulsive energies, and being more patient, right? Taking a more moderate approach here. You know, that personal growth when it comes to the situation is going to give you that deeper understanding. And again, once you enter the energy of the Hanged Man, it changes us profoundly sometimes, you know. This experience does change us. And that's kind of what's happening this week. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave it there for you. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Of course, if anything resonates, like and subscribe. Thank you for letting me tune into your energies. I'll see you all next week.